Hi knitters, it's Mimi with Pastiche Knitwear, and today's video tutorial is on half grafting. So I'm going to show you how to seam together live stitches at the end with cast-on stitches at the beginning. This is a little felted coaster that I've designed, and to keep the selvage not as thick, I thought I would keep these stitches live and just do this half graft, and it gives me an opportunity to show you how to do this. So to begin, we're going to be doing really what amounts to stitch seaming on the top, on the cast on edge, and Kitchener on the ending stitches. And so I can already hear your groans about it, but I'm telling you, you're really going to have fun. This is really great. Okay, so let's take a look at what we're looking for on the top here on our cast on stitches. So I want to be coming and bringing my needle behind this bottom stitch, and I want to come in under the narrowest part of the V, and I want to come in above where the purl bump is. So we're going to be picking up each one of these in succession as we come along. Now, anything that comes in underneath my needle is going to roll to the interior, to the selvage, so I won't see it. So that's why I don't want you coming here so that the purl bump is on top. I want you to come just behind the V, the narrowest part of the V, each time we come across. We're going to do it all the way across, and then we're going to Kitchener on the front. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to come behind the V and pull. Now it's important that we keep this yarn underneath the tip of the needle. Now let's begin with our Kitchener. And I chant my way across when I'm doing this. Remember that Kitchener is done in pairs of stitches, so we're going to be working 2 stitches. And the chant is as if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and leave it on, and then you'll draw your needle through. Now remember, let's keep that yarn under the tip. Now I'm going to come up to the other side. I'm going to come under the narrowest part of the V on top of that purl bump, keep the yarn under the tip of the needle, and then we'll come to Kitchener again, as if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and leave it on. And we'll come to our 3rd stitch here. It's a little fiddly sometimes. It's all right. Let's do our Kitchener, as if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and leave it on. And for what it's worth, I chant my way always with Kitchener. I don't leave it to chance. It's not really hard to do, but it's easy to get off. So as if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and leave it on. Oops, I don't want to catch that strand. And always making sure that the yarn is underneath the tip of the needle. So we're going to work our way across here. I've only got 12 stitches on here, and I just wanted you to see the whole process. As if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and leave it on. We're going to grab our next knit stitch. Remember, come in on top of the purl bump, but behind the narrowest part of the V. As if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and leave it on. And then we're going to come behind this V, as if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and leave it on. And behind the narrowest part of the V, making sure that we don't pierce any of the strands. If we do that, sometimes when you pull to tighten it up, it will catch and it won't tighten. As if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and leave it on. Now I'm running out of yarn, so I'm going to pull, and you're going to see the magic here. Woo, this makes me so happy. Isn't it gorgeous? Woo, so nice. All right, so let's finish it up here. Back behind that, the V of that next stitch, as if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and leave it on. We're almost there. Haha, yarn behind always. As if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and leave it on. Behind. As if to knit and slip it off, as if to purl and actually we'll just take that off because that's the last bit there. Now I am going to come behind this last one. This one looks a little weirdo, but it's okay. That's good. And then we're just going to come right back in where the yarn is coming out. And then we're going to tighten it up all the way. And then just adjust the tension on the seam. And there it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful seam. And if we flip it over, there's our selvage. And you can just go ahead and whip stitch your end in that selvage edge. It's perfect. And you still do have a little bit of a selvage, but it's not as deep as it would be if you had two bound off ends that were then joined together. So there it is. And I hope that you give it a try. And again, as always, if these videos are helpful, please consider subscribing. Happy knitting.